morning. Good morning. To rest in peace, which is an expression, to remain wherever you have been, is definitively impossible to attain with the mind. You can have, of course, moments of peace in the mind, but it always ends to lead you again to search for it eventually. So I think it's very simple. This search, the seeker, it has to be seen just as a manifestation. It is the mind, the manifested who you are. And it's not like a knowledge of who you are. The manifested something that we will never know or touch or feel or experience. And it is the way it manifests by searching, by finding, by achieving, by doubting, by experiencing. So you will never be satisfied by a solution in the mind, by a finding in the mind. It's not the way. If you search who you are, it's not the way. Just know that everything which manifests and everything which disappears happens in the manifestation. It has this quality of duality. It's born, it dies. And the peace relies when you see, not with the eyes, when it's suddenly obvious that you are what you search, and all the rest rises and disappears in that. That is the peace of mind. The mind cannot contain that, the mind cannot understand that. It's just like that. So don't try to be, don't make so much efforts, or don't follow any concept that the mind presents about freedom, enlightenment, realization of the self. It will never be enough. It will always be a limited achievement. There will be always someone with a sense of fulfillment or of separation. So it's not there that peace is there. When I say peace, is when you don't search anymore, or you don't care about what your mind presents you. And all those things of disidentification, identification, it is the story in the movie of somebody. It has no real value. It comes and goes, it goes on changing, and one speaks always of me as an individual. So let the mind be, I don't know what to say, banged by that fact. He will never master the subject. If it is not clear, if I am not clear, please ask. We'll see together. Imagine if this, let's say, I am a bit reluctant to say a word, but let's say this freedom, this natural state that one searches and that is ever, is always it. If it was depending on a state of mind, if it was depending on the mind, imagine, we know it. If we are a seeker for years, we know very well that any glimpse, any achievement doesn't do it. And then you are totally helpless and hopeless to work with your mind. So how come, once for all, it's not so obvious that then it's over then? When it's obvious, it's over. Why not? You are not obliged to seek and to suffer for that. You will suffer enough because duality is full of suffering and joy. It's always because I wants to attain. He wants to realize. It's an illusion, an utopia. So drop that idea, drop that concept, and be at peace. So, if you are not happy with this, if you don't believe or don't trust it, if you doubt, if you are clear and yet, it's a good place for it. Let's see.
Yeah. You say when you don't care anymore
when you
don't care anymore what the mind presents. This is confusing.
Yeah.
It's because somebody doesn't care anymore.
Yes, exactly. It can be taken like that. Somebody doesn't care anymore. It will be all right for a while, and then again something will trigger, and that doesn't count. It's no more like that. So you're right to tell this thing. In fact, when I say that, it's always trying to describe what is absolutely impossible to describe. And it is not addressed to someone. and yet it can do its job by chance, you know. And that is not in my hands. It is just to say that we are so used to use the mind that it looks like an impossibility. It's not possible to live differently. And it's true. For somebody it is impossible. But the search of who you are, it is just an expression to indicate, if you know, not by knowledge, that you already are whatever beings are also, which is absolutely not knowable, otherwise it is objectified. If you know that, then truly the individual which rises, I, will not believe the mind, the suggestions of the mind, and when it believes, because it's identified, it's about the world. It's about the objective world. It will no more be about this subject. And that, again, it's a way to describe, but I speak so, that is the peace one searches. To finally leave the mind from where it arises and where it disappears without more value than that. In that way they say, and why not, it's unsubstantial. There is no substance in it. It's very difficult to speak about it, but at least we can speak negatively. So you are good to tell, yes, somebody can be careless, and there are many on this planet who are careless about many things, but maybe also about the subject. But if it is an attainment, it will not do. Even if they deny it, there will be a search, endless search. And that's not imaginary space.
And I want to attain it even though I know it's...
Yeah, of course, we can't help, you know. We can't help, but know it. So, from where can you see that? It's as simple as that. In that way, that's always available, because when you don't go in your mind, then what's there? I see, you see, over the years, how much it's total, complete misunderstanding to believe that somebody will attain realization of the self. Even if you attain a better life, a magical life, and it can be, I mean, why not, and so on, and a more peaceful life, and so on, and you don't search so much because you know quite a few things, and you will be caught in this world by any detail even. It may not be a big drama even. You will be caught, and then what? What you will think of yourself if you are caught? You will have the arrogance to deny it. Oh, that's nothing. It will pass. Yeah, okay, it will pass. But then you base your attainment on somebody. That is totally illusory. You cannot be realized as a born someone. No. It's not about that. Even if some people by birth show more qualities of that kind, spiritual kinds and all that, doesn't mean they are free.
So why do I care about it if I...
Why do you care?
Why do I
Because,
care about it?
it's wonderful to be somebody very special who realizes self. You see, you are on a platform and so on, maybe. or I don't know, there will be an aura. Yeah. But in fact, it is because you really want to free yourself. And of course, I mean, it's like a bit it's an image because you are already that, but it's a bit like a harakiri, okay, I cannot wish that now. Yeah. But it's good to be aware of this play of the mind. Yeah. There is no enlightenment and freedom in what you are. So there is no trouble. Whatever you can utter is an experience of somebody, you see. So it's not that the somebody suddenly will not have experiences, it's impossible. So see that it's really not about I having, achieving. whatever you utter. Because you see, it's true that you can have experiences like, I am God, I'm free. But you utter it. It's spontaneously, it's it as everything else is it. But never rely or trust that it's what belongs to everybody. There is no God, there is no I, there is no am. We don't know. I'm lucky. Thank you so much. Wow. Sorry, I am on a platform. I have some advantages. It is a special coffee. So mind you, after the coffee, I'm always a bit... Better to ask now. Or not. I cannot believe that you have nothing to ask, even if it is to share your clarity. I cannot believe. Yeah. May I tell? Yeah, I come to you. You know why? Because I know this mind. Or, and that would be, and why not? We all don't care anymore about what the mind says. That's a total wish of everyone, no? But if it is not the case, you have to ask. Please, you have to ask. Yes.
It's a kind of an intellectual question, but it's...
Who cares about from where it comes? Okay.
It's like it's the natural state. It's ever true always. So it's like, how come it's not everybody's natural state, which it is, but everybody's running around looking for it. It should be the most natural. Like, why is it even? Like, there's a couple of people that are looking for it, and then maybe the rest is even oblivious to it. Although it's everybody's natural state, how come everybody is enmeshed in not his own natural state, which is...
But first of all, some people don't care about searching for that, and they are very well also. Some people are born with this warm, who am I, what is this world, what not, and then they are fact, because in fact they can never stop that warm. It will always be there and growing, so they have to solve that question. Why? Because we are all in the mind.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I know it can't be done, but why does it even, like...
But you would never speak of natural state if the mind didn't exist.
Yeah, yeah,
And as the mind exists, it speaks of so many things. There would be, yeah, even nobody at peace. If the mind didn't exist, then. So, it's a luck. I find it's the way it is. There is no self without no non-self. It's like that. And don't try to understand.
Ganga.
Yeah.
How do you know if I is still in the picture?
When I will not ask this question. Don't worry.
Like
It is sudden at once, and you don't need to ask a confirmation or none. Yeah, tell me, yeah.
for example, if I am when I am painting or drawing, I don't know what is spotting the thoughts. If it is I that spots the thoughts that come up. When I'm drawing, I come in a special place or in a peaceful state.
Yeah.
And then I see the mind going to places and making stories.
Yeah.
But is it I that sees it, or is it myself?
I can have two answers. I is seeing things, or nobody sees things. Nobody, and things happen. Now you choose where you place yourself. Or you continue the vicious circle in telling it's always I, or suddenly the same thing happens, but I is included in what you see. Huh? You are always what you search, or what you imagine as more real. You are always that. The moment you objectify it, it is objectified, it is in the grip of time and space. That's all. It's really very simple. And that grip of time and space will continue with maybe gaps, till you die, till this body dies. But you will never say anymore, oh, in the gaps, I'm only myself in the gaps. No. It's a false, it's a misunderstanding, it's a false view. Yeah.
I sometimes feel I need to still try harder with my spiritual practice. Because if I don't, because I also try to let it go sometimes. And what I noticed is that in moments of dissatisfaction, I tend to do escapism like things, like over YouTube videos, or more of the non-dual teachers, or I eat, or and I wonder, I kind of want to break free from that. I want it to be gone.
You confuse yourself with an object because what? You go to one thing, you remove that thing, you go to another thing. You are always in things, in objects. And even if you want a balance, an equilibrium in this, you will be still not satisfied. Because you base yourself on somebody. So, there is nothing wrong to be somebody, but know that it is a first rising of what you really are. And the you is no more there, but I cannot communicate otherwise. So in that way, what can you do? If you do any practice, again you are in the movement this way. And then you leave the practice again that way. And then you think one day I will be stable. Maybe you can attain some and your life will be probably more happy. But still, nothing will be solved in reality. So, just see that. Just see that. You don't need a practice for that. You just have a moment to keep quiet and see that.
And wouldn't you say it is then still a matter of where we place our attention?
It looks, yeah. We create a platform, you see, I am this man and whatever. And then from there, everything rises. Actually, everything rises before that. That's the first rising. I am somebody.
I have a quote in my mind.
You have what?
A quote.
Cold.
A quote.
What?
In my mind.
Quote.
Cold.
Loka.
Cold.
Loka.
It's really secret. What is it?
So a short sentence from Nimka Roli Baba.
Nimka Roli Baba.
And he said, it was something like, always keep one eye on God. That was kind of his advice.
It's God was an eye on you, huh?
But if God is that space from which everything arises.
Yeah, you can call it God.
Should we?
But sometimes if you call it God, you will call it dog, and then you are in big trouble. The dogs, they bark. How can you look at God? How can? You disappear if you look. And then there is no God and no dog and nothing. What's going on in your mind now? Just tell me. In fact, she speaks like...
Rephrase my question.
Huh?
Maybe how I can rephrase my question.
Yeah. You want to save, huh? You want to save a cherish concept, yeah? That's what we do. We want to save our skin. Okay, then you will have another turn. It's all right. To be bound to a single idea is your suffering. Here you see, we will not save any master. What they say is always true, but they say it truly at that very moment for someone very special. If you take it as a teaching, and then you make them, they are safe, those we cannot touch, then you are accompanied. You are always accompanied. Even Buddha will not enter here. Even Ramana, even Papaji will not enter here. And if you bring them, you will never be free. You will never know what is unknowable. And that is the real teaching. I'm not blaspheming. Because even if you understood, okay, the master is not the form and not the shape, but what he said. But it's not what he said, it's the direction of what he said. The direction. And that's what you are. And that direction doesn't go anywhere. It just makes what you are obvious, which is already there. What you can do is that the last minute before your mind disappears, you can be very grateful. You will be naturally. But after, quit everything, even gratefulness. Otherwise, you'll never make it. Gratefulness should not be a bondage. Gratefulness will anyway appear and disappear. Naturally, spontaneously. You have not to have this attitude. And as an attitude, I say, okay, let it be the last gesture of your mind, and then quit that mind.
The coffee is working.
Yes, I need some fuel. It's a conditioning.
Now nobody wants chai anymore.
Ganga.
Ah, hi. Did not recognize you. Mhm.
So there are these moments of silence and peace,
Yeah.
and I feel like I can do something about it. I can search for them and I can be in this state, but it comes and goes. And then I feel what I'm really searching for, I can nothing do about it. There's nothing to do, and I have this feeling of hopelessness.
Yeah. Sure. If you want to do something about what you are, you are hopeless, helpless. Sure. But what's wrong? You are searching to get more silence, or what are you searching?
I think I want to stop search for anything. I think many things will continue to search, but for this question,
Yes, okay. And don't you see that you believe that this movie of searching will bring you something in the movie? The I search is in the movie, in the mind. Is
I
it clear?
can see it, but somehow it doesn't change it.
No, the movie will not change. I think one thing changes, but maybe I'm wrong, I will see with years, so let us see what I say about that. But in the movie it looks that there is no more search about this. Hmm? Okay, I don't know if it is real or not, but whatever. So you still search. But don't you know that it's in the mind? The mind will always present you something to search. Because the first feeling is, I feel something is missing. Is it? Or separated?
I also know this feeling of that there is nothing to search anymore, but it also feels like it's part of the loop.
Yeah, but you are not satisfied telling that.
Yeah.
Even if, okay, it's like quite a bitter conclusion, okay, there is nothing to search, and then boom, again. You see, so it is a...
But there is a lot of bliss also in it, but it's...
Yeah, yeah. When you want to fool yourself, there is a lot of bliss. Yeah. But in fact, the disease is not gone. So just see that this mind is really something. It makes you search, it makes you believe you will solve that search in the same realm, in the same movie. What a joke. Mm. I am where I am just now, whatever it means outside, whatever circumstances show up, I am what I am. And I will not confuse that with the showing up of things. You never lose yourself in that way. You lose if you make it a state, a something, an image, So don't confuse even the silence, even if it gives you bliss. They are experiences, beautiful experiences, yeah, but welcome, well gone. And don't search to be more like this. It will always be like this in experiences. Welcome, well gone. Even if it is not welcome, well gone. This is the realm of the manifestation, of the creation. And about what is, we cannot speak about. You see, even now, when I say that, there is a moment where maybe there is nothing. But it is somebody who feels that. So it looks a very direct experience of, let's say, the unknown which shuts your mind. But still it's an experience, so never confuse an experience for it. Never. Otherwise you want to repeat and to go back to what is so good. Know for certain that you, as I see, your I, will never achieve what you search. It's when you will see, oh, I is manifested, I is a manifestation. And so, what do I expect from duality? This and that, yes, this and that. But from where you see that? From where? That's always here. And it presents itself sometimes in this way and sometimes in that way. That's not under control. Huh? And it doesn't mean anything. But tell more if you need. The rising eye. I'm sorry, yeah?
It feels like I know what you just said, but
Yeah.
still it's like a trick box, and it tricks me again and again.
But why do you go in the box? There is still a hope that something will be there. Huh? Yeah. I will be realized. That is the golden carrot of the box. Drop it. If you go along the need of the I, the rising I, you are fact. Or whatever, but you are in the world, in the duality. And there is no way out. Duality will not be Advaita. No, there is no way out in duality. Duality is duality. From where you can see that? And from where you can see that, that mind can also cover it, looks like. But who cares then? This is the thing, you see. Yeah, okay, that's better. For example, I want you to see, it's so simple. From where I speak to you, from where I see that, I speak of duality, it's very simple, okay, you are from where you can see duality. Oh, I forgot what I wanted to say, wait. It went. Yeah, you can always have a reply, an answer. From where I see that is I. And then you are still in I. Or you can simply, from where do I see that? And you know very well the mind will never have the answer. So you leave it, you leave that thought. And you don't search who? If you search, there will be an I. A fucking I again. So don't search. Who cares who sees that? It's in. Really. What are you doing?
what I'm doing? When you said that there's a box and a golden carrot, just drop it.
Yeah.
Then there was this another state of which wants to drop the carrot.
Yeah,
But
okay.
from what you later said,
Right.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. Yeah. A box with golden carrot can still appear and whatever. You know, sure.
So both ways don't really matter.
Nothing matters. Whatever has been born, you see, as a kind of destiny on its own, it's not in your hands. So don't worry about that. In Any question, Xavier? Huh? You better to tell them now, and then you have a wonderful free stay. Okay.
Just please correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, I will do. Don't even if you don't want. It is automatically.
But as soon as I see my mother, she can make me mad.
Oh yeah. She has the button.
Yeah,
she knows which button to push. Sure.
And as I feel like that, in hunger, then something is there and not really untouched or something. But I'm still in anger, you know?
Yes.
And something wants to correct that anger.
Yeah, forget about that double one. Forget it. You will be angry. With my poor father, at some point I was furious, all the time furious, but it was not a present fury. It was past, the past, the past. And then I didn't have that much compassion. I didn't want to correct because I felt very right to be furious at him. And one day it left because I could express it. Don't worry to be saint.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Thank
You have been too much in the line of sainthood, which is beautiful, but it will not help you regarding your search. You will always be the bloody one who will be furious when Mama is pushing at the same button. So don't try to be, no, I am never anymore, I intend detachment or whatever. You will not. Okay. Great. You can breathe. I'm very happy not to be your mom. So, just know that all this manifestation, anyway, goes that you want it this way or not. It's not about that. Satsang gives you the right not to be obliged. You have absolutely no obligation, except the ones which are glued at your body and mind. But don't confuse that for what you are. And is there any searching for who you are? That search is dropped to try not to react. So don't invent another search.
What do you think is the meaning of? What do you think is the meaning of a spiritual practice? Like, is it needed, or what to do? There's lots of different ones.
It's a path which doesn't lead anywhere. You are already what you search. It doesn't need practice for that. If you do a practice, it is to become something. Only. It is not to be what you already are. And you can have a practice, for example, only because you are. So it is prior to everything. In a way, we can speak like that.
So you mean that all the people who are practicing are kind of doing it for no... or there is no...
As long as they believe in it, probably it's very good for them. But the moment they question like you, they get this horrible answer, oh, I did that, I went astray, because what I am is already there before I am even conscious of it. So you are free to do a practice or not, but know what you are doing then. If you do a practice, it's to attain something. It's nothing to do with what you are, it has to do with the person. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about it?
I'm fine with
You are
it. Yeah.
at peace?
Yes.
Good.
Just came to me because I met a friend who, in my opinion, does, wakes up early, do yoga, meditation, play some
Yeah.
chants.
If
and-
he's happy with that, it's good.
Yeah.
But if one believes he will attain himself, that's a bit strange and funny. But as a style of life, everybody is free to live as he likes.
Yeah.
It's just the belief which is attached to it that may be an utopia. That's all.
Or maybe for some being it might be someone needs
There is
this
no
practice.
exception. Those who do practice is because they still need or believe it is this way, and one day they may question or not.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter also.
Yeah.
But if you really are clear that after all I'm searching who I am, it has nothing to do with an attainment of this body or mind, then you have to hear this. But everybody is free to live as he likes. But if you teach, you have to do this practice to attain yourself. Maybe it makes sense for some, but to me it doesn't make sense. Generally, one did a lot of practices before hearing this, you know. It's so funny. Yeah.
This spiritual thing and
This what?
the spiritual thing with its practice and everything like this, and the search, is it not on one level the same paradox?
There is no paradox. A search makes you practice, yeah.
But on one level also you say always you are what you search, and the thing
Yeah.
is there is nothing to search for me
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And the spiritual thing is also I am doing something because I want to attain, but in the end it brings nothing.
Yes.
And then I'm searching, and in the end
Then why do you search if
I don't
each
search.
time the end is oh, you have not to do anything? Hmm?
yes,
What is the
it's for me
question?
both
You have
paradox.
no question actually.
No, I don't have question.
Yeah. So. If this point is not clear, please ask.
I have question.
Yeah.
And you said before that actually nothing matters. What I do, but I'm still asking myself, what should I do then, when nothing matters?
You do what circumstances ask you to do. Just be natural. But for that, you see, do you search? What do you search? Why you come to Satsang? Okay?
I think I wanted to get disturbed in my everyday life.
You
Something
want
like
to
get disturbed.
Yeah, you don't want to get disturbed. Yeah, that.
Oh, I want to.
Oh, but then you are sufficiently disturbed, I guess. Life gives disturbance at profusion. No?
Yeah, I am disturbed now. But for example, I don't know. I don't know why I should do anything now when I stop searching. Why should I stand up? Why should I don't know, go somewhere?
This is mindfuck, you know. Just live. Why I wake up, why I go to sleep, when mindfuck. Yes.
Ganga, I just want to get something clear.
Sure.
Thank you. So the body has its own destiny, and I know that the Sophie, the person, is not going to wake up, and that's also part of that destiny.
Yeah, that is a universal destiny. No, I will wake up.
Yeah. And the body has its own, it's been born and it will have its own.
It looks like, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I have a. Somehow I'm in conflict with the body. There is this conflict with. So I'm not sure. I mean, it's.
Try to express.
Yeah.
So you say that, okay, that this body has a certain, destiny, whatever.
Yeah.
And where is the conflict?
I think it's a belief. There's a belief.
Okay.
And the belief is ancestral, that this body, as a woman, didn't have children, needed to have children to, in the conditioning of the belief of this body's destiny.
Yeah, okay.
So there's something there that there is, so on the body, so really the destiny of this body is not to have children.
But yeah, so
because it didn't. So that's the.
and it's perfect also as it is.
It's perfect as it is.
It helps the planet, I tell you.
Yes. Yes.
So where is the conflict?
So the conflict is the body is doing its own thing. It's getting its pain, and it will get relief or it won't get relief according to its destiny. And however I feel about that is also part of that story. So, yeah, it's just to let it be, really.
Then what else to do?
Yeah.
What else to do?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's that quite shocking that to realise that there's no. It feels like it's so intimate. The body's.
We believe I am the body.
Yeah.
So that belief, of course, is very intimate.
Yeah. And that really it's nothing to do with me. Me is who I am. It's just an appearance.
It's an appearance.
Yeah.
It's your appearance. Yeah. Then.
And in truth, it's just appearing from
What you are.
what I am, and it disappears into that. So that knowing is the best thing the highest way of belief around the body. In fact, does that make sense? Or is that too holding on to it?
Well, try not to make it a knowledge. Okay, the knowledge is good knowledge to remind you in this way, but give a moment of, once you remind yourself, I'm not the body, I'm not this destiny. In fact, just have a moment of where you don't speak at all. That will help you the best to remove the value of whatever, the other values. You are perfectly beautiful as you are. Big relief.
So I've been following you for 2 years on YouTube, and I've been desiring and wishing to be able to come here to Portugal.
Yeah.
And now I am here. So when I arrived and I went to the cliffs and I sit down and see the sea, I didn't even meet you, and I had this feeling of, okay, you can take me now. Like, I can go now.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
It means what it means.
Because afterwards the mind said, like, maybe it was the mind. I know it was.
No, don't answer that.
No, but something came.
Okay,
and I
that
knew,
is the mind.
okay, this
Okay.
is the mind.
So don't listen. You are free to listen or not. But if you want to be at peace, don't listen so much. As simple. Nice you can. Hmm?
I feel like when I come here, it's like I'm on a plane, and your words knock away the propeller, knock away the wings, and then suddenly I'm just floating in space. That's what it feels like. I'm like, oh, there's emptiness, there's quiet. And then I start to feel like I'm falling. And then a thought comes, it's like, oh, better grab that so I don't disappear. How to avoid, like, that seduction to try and exist?
No, just know all this is mind. It's the mind story.
Yeah.
It's the mind.
And I know that it is, but I still am like, oh.
Yeah, maybe. But then the second after you know it's the mind,
You drop it.
so nothing happened then. It's like in a movie, you know. You look at the movie, then you close your eyes a second. It's enough. And nothing happened. Yeah. You can't stop that movie as long as you live. But as I say, you can have breaks. I have enough. Basta. Un momento. And both are in the movies, anyway. It's from where you can see that you are not bound after all. You are not bound to a movie, even if you are a lot in it. There is something which wakes you up. I'm not bound with that. That's your luck. Enough luck. The permanency is not for somebody. So for somebody it is enough luck to have a few breaks, cuts, gaps. Enough of this utopia of permanency in time. Enough. So, something, nothing. Basta. Something, nothing. Thank you.